blessing us to come before you today. We thank you for blessing us to see another year, God, another year to, Lord, be diligent about the work of the Lord, God.
Yes.
The things that are coming upon this world. Things are happening, Paul, whether we're ready or not, things are happening. And we need to be, like I said, people need to be aware of what's going on. That the Lord open understanding, people's understanding of what's going on. And just pray things that been put out. We pray that somebody will take to heart the things that have been said, because the way things are going, and matter of fact, they're going at an even more of a rapid rate nowadays. Those of us that's paying attention to them, like the Lord told us to be watchful, watch and pray. For the day of the Lord is not just one specific day, but it's a series of events, which has already taken place. But for those that are blind to these things, then it's going to come upon them like a snare because they're not paying attention. Just like the Lord said, and he said about the days of Noah, and he said they were doing what they've been doing. And matter of fact, progressing in wrongdoing, and he said back in Noah's day, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, and so that's got to be explained, because that's why I say the words of the wise, we got to take heed. It's not something you're just going to pick up overnight. The Lord told him, even David, King David, in the days, his days, he had to meditate on things day and night. The same thing, this is the words of the wise. This is God's divine writings. And it's just a thing where, people got the mentality now where they just got this, computer age where everything's instant. Nobody has time to do anything. Everything is on the computer, this and that. But regardless of the way things are going, God is still the same. You got to labor in the word and doctrine. This is not something to take lightly. You got to be looking for the Lord. This is not something you're just going to just wake up one morning and say, oh, I think I'll do this. It's not like that. The mentality of people nowadays, everything's instant. They want it right now. They don't want to wait. God is not, impressed by anybody. The Lord has allowed people to come into technologies and things like that, as well as you still got principalities that are working in this earth. A lot of this stuff is coming up and not necessarily saying it's God's doing. So people don't understand that too. You got demonic forces that are at work that also can inspire people to do stuff. See, people, there's two forces involved here. So you can't just say everything that's invented, God invented it. You can't say that. Nope. A lot of this stuff out here is evil from the get-go. So you got to be careful. You got to know what's going on and observe the times, because the enemies, the adversaries working overtime, as well as the host of heaven that rebel against God is down here on the earth. And that's what we've been talking about the last year and a half or so, about Babylon is a cage of every unclean bird. It's a habitation of devils.
Come on.
See, these devils are not just some novice type of spirit. These spirits have been in glory and all that. So have seen all these things. So we're dealing with, like Paul said in Ephesians 6, that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. So there's more to it than just mankind that you see. We're dealing with demonic forces, spirits that are at work even more and more, when the Lord comes back. is over. See, so right now, these things are working overtime. These spirits are at work. Yeah, God's servants have to keep this stuff in check.
Yes.
So the way things are happening, the alarm rate, all these technologies, they're coming into these inventions and all this, things are happening almost overnight. So it means God's servants got to get busy even more about putting out, the gospel of Christ. And this is what it's about. Regardless, see, people are really, really distracted. All this stuff is going on. Nobody has time to do anything anymore. I ain't got time to go to church. I got to, And so the bottom line is, you see, you're not suffering in one aspect, but you're suffering in another aspect because your soul is going to be suffering without this here, without assembling with the saints, keeping yourself encouraged in the Lord, getting together with the saints, the gifts and things in operation in the church. If that's not going on in a person's life, then your soul is suffering. See? And so just because you don't, you feel okay or I'm good health-wise as far as that, but there's more to your body, not just your body. You got your soul and spirit that we definitely got to pay diligence to, because when it's all said and done, it's a matter of we got to keep our souls edified and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this, and not get distracted. So many distractions out here. People just feel like they ain't got time to just figure, like we always say, just something's gonna get worked out. But if you ain't working it out, it's not gonna be worked out.
Thank you.
It's not something just gonna happen of its own accord. It's not gonna happen. It's decisions we make to either move in the direction of God or move away. It's decisions that we make. We have to make. God will plead all day through his service with disciples and everything, but people have to make the decision whether they're going to follow the Lord or not. So that's up to an individual. So, but see, either whether we're ready or not, the things are going to happen in this earth. Think about a scripture in Luke when the Lord says he's about to be put on the cross, and the daughters of Jerusalem were weeping and lamenting over him. This is like the 23rd chapter of Luke. So he told them, let's start right there. In Luke, I believe 23, verse 31. So he told them, and basically, when they had the law right there amongst them, and they had the covenants and the law and everything, all of this, the commonwealth of Israel, as far as the promises of God and all that. So, and the Lord, they were weeping so in a manner over him, but then he turned. A lot of times you would think, you about to be put to death, you be, like you see some of these individuals that, incarcerated or whatever, and, if you're about to be put to death, you're going to be probably wanting somebody to feel sorry. You probably want a couple of pardons here and there, or somebody to change their mind. That's kind of the mentality one that, average person may have. If that's the case, then, you might say, well, hey, somebody bring my last meal. Or, you want people to feel sorry for you because you're going to lead the world, whatever. All right, but the Lord did not come off like that. And so he told, which, like I said, we probably, in ourselves, would probably react a certain way. You're about to be put to death or whatever. So by Pilate and the Roman government and all that stuff. So in here, and I think it's, I believe it's Luke 23, verse 27. So after he's about to taking his cross all the way up to Golgotha's heel, Calvary's heel. So this is so in 27, what does it say?
27 says, and there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. But Jesus turning into them said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children.
All right, all right there. See that? See, one like you said, we and ourselves, humans, whatever, we probably will want that kind of sympathy in a situation like this. You're about to be put to death. All right. So here in Luke's gospel, so the daughters and everything, the women of Jerusalem that follow, great company follows. So a lot of times it depends on what the reason was for following. So it said great company of people follow him. So here's the thing. What's our reason for following?
Mm.
See, is the thing. See, so here it says that, and the women also, women which also beware the lamented him. So quite natural in ourselves, you will probably want that kind of sympathy. But notice how the Lord, see, God in the flesh. See, we wasn't dealing with just like the disciples said, what manner of man is this?
Mm. Come on with
Look, what manner of man is this that can say a response like that and you about to be put to death?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, we and I, you know how we are, we're going to get all emotional and everything and want all kinds of sympathy from everybody, calling everybody, trying to get sympathy from your relatives and everybody else.
Yep.
That's what we going to do.
In the flesh.
Yeah. See, we say, oh man, I'm sorry to hear this. Oh man, this. So he didn't welcome that kind of lamenting. Not over him. He said, you better be weeping for yourself.
Come on with it. Come on. Come on.
So I said, somebody said, and it's like the disciples when he rebuked the seas and the wind. So it is like, what manner of man is this? That even the wind and the seas obey him. See, he wasn't just any ordinary man, because just like it said, Luke's gospel in the beginning said, so it was supposed he was the son of Joseph. See, that's what you thought. See,
Wow.
see, what manner of man is this? It's like, whoa. Somebody respond like that, say, you ain't no need to weep for me. And you about to be put to death. See, I felt the Lord on that one right there. See, we know how we respond, but see, and the reason why he said this, saying a lot of time is depending on, and I remember in John 6 where a lot of disciples turned away, he said a certain thing, which it was true, he spoke it in the parable, and they got offended, not knowing what the parable meant. And they took it face value and turned away from the Lord because he had said this certain saying, and they got offended. So they turned, a lot of them turned away. So a lot of times, just like now, what do we got crowds going to churches and all this, everybody lining up trying to get in, whatever and all that. But what's our motive, for following the Lord, if we say that, or whoever we're following? See, a lot of time it's hype. See, a lot of time, oh man, if it's the hottest thing going on, the crowd is going after it.
Of course.
The crowd.
Of course. Absolutely.
Oh, this is the latest thing that's going, the crowd is going after. See, a lot of time it ain't about that. And a lot of time, by the time events take place and this and that, everything, this thing knows, just like they did in one of the accounts of the gospel, said, all you should be offended because of me this night. See,
that's right.
See, there ain't gonna be a whole lot of crowds. So everybody fled. That particular time, everybody fled. And Peter, disputed and said it, though everybody turned away from me, I ain't gonna turn. Then the Lord told him, before the cock crows twice, you're gonna deny that you know me. See,
That's right.
See, we're talking about, so we we're just talking about an ordinary man here, see. And they couldn't understand, the disciples said, what manner of man is this? See, the rest of all these people that esteem people in the earth, might have great accomplishments, whatever. People that have got some things done or inventions or whatever through time or whatever. You esteem them as high.
Yep.
People in the earth. Oh man, this, and this. He done this.
Accolades.
But when it come down to somebody being put to death, you might not get that kind of response. See, because what manner of man, see, this going to show you, this was God in the flesh.
Thank you.
It wasn't just some ordinary person that, among those that are born of women. See, in this response here, he was telling them, see, you don't need to cry for me, because he going the way, this is God's will being carried out, so you don't need to cry and weeping over me. He said, you better weep for yourselves.
That's right.
And for your children.
There you go.
See, because see, the Lord knows that the days are coming, see, and we're already in them right now, when these things are coming on this earth. He said, we better weep for ourselves.
That's right.
So we got to make it. You know, the Lord, however long the Lord have us to be here, you know, we got to get through this. If God allows us to remain, for whatever reason, we got to endure, we got to go through this.
That's right.
And it's coming. These days, we're in them right now. People,
Right now.
there are people who have been quickened by the Holy Spirit. So a lot of times people are still in the dark, they're blind, and not paying attention to what's going on. See, and just think, oh, everything's gonna be fine. See, they're already deceived.
That's right.
You know, the enemy have people looking at every other nation but this country. They're like, oh, that ain't talking about us. That's talking about somebody overseas. See, that's what the devil will have you believe. And when the thing hits, it's gonna be too late.
That's it. That's it.
See, that's why the Lord was saying, weep for yourselves and for your children. And then let's go back to James, see, 'cause this is what we got to keep in the forefront. You know, like the Lord says, when he was telling them in the Old Testament, the Israelites told them to keep these things as frontlets between your eyes. See, we got to keep this stuff in the forefront. Because these things happen, we fall asleep, meaning we're not paying attention. And like the Lord told his disciples, you eating and drinking with the drunken, that means we're going on back out there doing what the world is doing, not paying attention. See, people are in a spiritually drunken state. They're spiritually drunk, you know, and not paying attention, and not sober, like we was talking about a while back in one of our meetings about, you know, this right here, the gospel will sober you up in your thinking to where you're not going to be running out doing what people that don't know God are doing.
Exactly.
See, this right here will sober you in a way, see, that it will sober you up. So, but he told us in James, it's like I said, let me find this. All right, what he was dealing with, he was telling me, he says, let your joy be turned into mourning. Let's see what chapter we're dealing with.
Oh, I'm sorry about
Chapter.
that. Be afflicted and
Yeah,
mourn.
be afflicted and mourn. What chapter?
Chapter 4, verse 9.
All right, what do you say?
It says, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness.
See, why is he saying, you know, everybody's supposed to be exuberant and jumping around with joy, but he's telling us here, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning. See, the thing, we got to go through this stuff.
That's right.
See, that's what he's telling us. See, it's not about, a lot of times, the joy of God doesn't necessarily mean you walk around smiling every day. See, you can have God's joy in you. It don't necessarily mean you know, we're not devastated, but we got to go through, you know, God's people is going to go through. The Lord told, like he told Apostle Paul, and said, we through much tribulation got to enter into the kingdom of God. So we got to go through. That's why James is telling us, see, be afflicted and don't be fooled and just think everything's going to be honky-dory, everything's going to, you're going to go through.
Amen.
You're going to go through a lot of stuff you got to endure. You might have to suffer.
That's right.
Whatever it is you got to suffer, you might lose out, whatever. But he's telling us, be afflicted and mourn and weep. See, let your laughter be turned. So he's not talking about you're not depressed inside, but we got to go through, and we got to have that mindset It's like the Lord, it says in Hebrews, when he told us we got to consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners.
Mm.
And he said, if they receive you, if they receive me, they receive you. If they rejected him, they're going to do the same thing. So we're not exempt. The Lord went through a great amount of suffering, way more than we can ever.
Exactly.
But we're going to go through.
Exactly.
So and that's what James is telling us. We got to have the mindset. We got to go through.
That's right.
See? And so he's telling us, and even in verse 8 says, draw nigh to God. See? And that's what, we tell you, encouraging the believers. So we have gotten too busy, we can't do what we need to do. Our souls are going to be suffering.
That's right.
Souls are going to be suffering. See, there ain't no such thing as everything remains the same. Nothing remains the same. We're going to be lacking in certain things. If we're over here tending to this and not taking care of this part,
There you go.
we're going to suffer. And so it says, draw nigh to God, he will draw nigh to you. And he's telling the people of God, cleanse your hands, you sinners. And that's what he's talking about. So he's talking about our hearts. It's a lot of diligence. I think in Proverbs, Solomon was saying, we have to keep our heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. See, and that's where a lot of say the enemy can get in your mind, heart, and mind. See, that's why I tell them we got to constantly cleanse our hand.
Yes,
It's basically saying we got to constantly keep our hearts and motives
Yes.
in the right direction. See, cleanse your hands, you sinners. And that's not talking about washing your hands.
Explain. That's right.
Because your heart is what makes your hands unclean. And that goes right into the parable when he gave in Matthew 15, when he told him, not that which goes into the mouth defiles man, but that which comes out.
That's right.
Is what make your hands unclean.
There you go.
See, it's all parable. Cleanse your hands. Not talking about you went and washed with some soap. See, well, he's saying we got to keep our hearts and the motives and everything right. So that's why he said, purify your hearts. You're double-minded, see? And he's talking about the double-mindedness means we're ready to serve the Lord in one instance, but we feel like we're ready to go back in another instance.
Lord help us.
See,
Wow.
we got one mind to serve the Lord, another mind, man, boy, if I was out there, boy, I know what I'd be doing. See, the double-mindedness. See, purify your hearts. And the only way we can do that, we got to stay in this thing. He said, abide in the doctrine of Christ.
Amen.
Abide in the doctrine of Christ. That's how we keep purifying our hearts, so we won't be double-minded. Because I remember in Hebrews, I think we had read that a couple of meetings back, when he said, if they were mindful of the country that they came out of, they will find a salt and opportunity to return. See, and that's why he's saying double-mindedness is talking about, okay, we're ready to serve the Lord, this and this and this. Then in one instance, we're ready to go back. The Israelites had the same deal, had to fight. So it's a fight. That's why he's telling us, be afflicted and mourn.
Thank you.
When the sun, the day when he says, I think it's in Proverbs when he says, the light that shines more and more into perfect day. It's talking, see, we're looking for that perfect day when the Lord come back. See, then we can rejoice. See, then, but right now, we still going through. And he telling us, be afflicted and mourn and weep. We're going to suffer stuff. You're going to lose out. You're going to have to sell out some things. Whatever we got to do. And stay in this thing because it's getting ready to get rough. You know what I'm saying? People just think, oh, I'm doing good. See, if your soul is not prospering, you ain't doing good.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you like it is. See, if your soul is not prospering, you're not even in God, you think you're doing good. See? And that's what he's saying. I think James in one instance he said pure religion and undefiled before God the Father. And that's in, I think it's in James 5. You can find that. See, you got to have the right thing. And even that, you got to be looking for the truth, for God to come send a servant your way. Let's see where he says this at. Yeah, it's in James 1, there we go. Verse 27. See, we got to have the pure religion. So you can't just be settling for anything out here like they're doing, people are doing. You know, oh, I've been going to my church, this. You know, their parents, grandparents, and everything was members of that church, whatever. See, but we're talking about finding the pure religion, the truth. And there's only one truth. You better believe the way the enemy's got this stuff set up right here is you can have to be seriously deceived.
That's right.
Seriously,
Definitely.
so you got to be looking for God. And God will send servants here or there. See, what he said now.
James 1:27. It says, pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows and their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world.
See? Pure religion.
Truth.
Undefiled before God. See, if you say you got the right thing,
That's right.
say the fatherless, that's talking about people that are not saved.
Thank you.
The widows, you don't have no husband. God is the husband. You ain't basically saying you ain't saved.
That's it, lost.
Say, visit the fathers and widows in their affliction. When you still out there in bondage, you still in your afflictions.
Thank you.
See? And to keep saying, then ourselves, we got to keep ourselves unspotted from the world. That's a dirty thing. It's a lot of stuff that can get us defiled up.
Yes,
All this stuff going on in this world.
Lord help us.
See, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. And there's so much stuff out here now, even more than back when the apostles were on earth. All this stuff out here now, designed, sin is at your fingertips.
Yes, sir.
Easy.
Craziness.
You know, and get yourself defiled very easily now, the way things are set up. You know, people say, oh, we thank God for technology. But in another aspect, that technology is a downside to a lot of technology. In one aspect, it's making a lot of people not want to be able to suffer anything. It's making a nation soft. You know, people act like they can't. I went in the credit union bank one day, and the servers were down. So then everybody just running around like they just didn't know what was going on.
Lost.
You know, got to write receipts out by hand and just figured that that's like ancient history. They didn't know how it happened to people. They didn't know what that was. So, I mean, yeah, technology is good, but the downside, and see, the way things are setting up, the way these nations are being set up now, and the weaponry that's going on now is you got weapons now that can take out and nations' electronics, just like that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's pretty much going to cripple.
Paralyzed.
That will
Yes, sir.
cripple, paralyze the nation.
Yes, sir.
See, these things are, we're not talking about something that is make-believe, but this is a reality in the world we're living in now. There's a reality that countries can take out another country just like that. You can put you in the dark in a matter of seconds.
In a matter of seconds.
Put you right in the dark. And then, you know, people are running around when the server's down in their company or whatever. Server's down, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. Imagine, you know, electronics are seriously disrupted to where they're down. They're fried, circuits are fried. Nothing, you can't do, you ain't gonna be no servers or nothing. What do you do then? See, these days are coming. That's why the Lord told them.
That's right.
He said, don't weep for me, weep for yourselves and for your children. These things are reality now in the world we're living in.
Thank you.
People want to be in a kind of a stupor where they don't want to, well, I don't want to think about that. Just see, you got people that now they hope, well, can we talk about something else?
You don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it, and you think you have an option that I don't have to listen to this. Well, you might not, but when this stuff hits, you're going to wish that you have been taking heed, because this is a thing where it's not a quick fix in getting your soul together. It's not a quick fix. It don't happen with anybody, because everybody has seasons where the Lord will deal with them.
That's right.
You have to take the opportunity that's presented to when God comes your way, that will be God's visitation to that person. So you have to take, and it takes time. to get in this. It's not a thing where I just went 5 minutes later, okay, I'm back to doing what I've been doing now. This right here is a gradual process where, one step at a time. So it's not a thing, see, the devil will have you to believe that, these, oh no, you just make a decision, raise your hand where you at. No, it's not that simple.
That's it.
You decide to turn, make that step toward the Lord, better believe all hell is coming your way.
Thank you.
See, we're just gonna tell it like it is. So this, what we're saying, and you're gonna go through, the sufferings and stuff, persecution, trials, tribulation are coming. You make that step. In that, as far as you say you want ready to serve the Lord, that'll mean business.
Yes.
Because now the adversary, who you was running with before, now the devil is your adversary. You better believe he's coming. The hellhounds is after you.
Amen.
See, so we were saying all that, see, and that's why Peter says, he says right here, telling the people, see, first of all, it's just like anything else. You got to start in the beginning with a thing. You can't just jump into something. And this stuff, it takes time. You have to grow in this. You got to get in it first.
That's right.
All this stuff, and you got to sift through all these doctrines out here. And, this person, they saying it right, and all of it's not right. So it's like you have to sacrifice whether you might have to step off some job you're making $89,000 a year. Or some people say, man, I ain't quitting my job. See, you're already disqualified because you have shown God that that's more important than my soul. See, a lot of stuff can disqualify. People get in a relationship. Man, I can't. Man, I got kids. I got this, and this. I can't just up and see. And that's why the Lord said, He said, anybody that come to me and don't hate his father, mother, or his own life, wife, children, anything, cannot. See, it's stuff that will disqualify us.
Goodness.
See,
Oh my God.
if you esteem my cousin, man, I can't do that. Man, my father, this, and this. Or my children, man, I can't do this. See, you already have shown God, so you're disqualified from eternal life. It's basically what it is. He said, we'll find that scripture in a minute. See, but a lot of stuff, they can, say, man, whatever you have that's in, that you esteem more than God is already going to be your stumbling block.
That's right.
It's going to be your stumbling block. See, so that's why I say this is not a thing where, it's a quick fix. I made a decision, 2 minutes, and okay, now I'm going to a ball game, man. See, your soul is just not that simple. I mean, you can look at, any event, like people that do their careers, you didn't just, get a career and start making $100,000 in 20 minutes. It don't happen that way. It's things you made decisions, you went to college, you did this, and this, made steps toward that, whatever your goal you're trying to accomplish. That may take a matter of years. Okay, so it is with our souls. You're not going to just, see, people that put this stuff on the back burner, something will be worked out. It's not going to be worked out if you don't work it out.
Thank you.
It's just like it is. People, it's just, maybe you got potential there, but you got to work that potential. It's not, people are just into this deceptive mode that, man, I got to get this going, this is, I have relatives that have left this world, and their mindset at one point in their life was, I ain't got time for that, man, I got to make money. See, that's their mindset, but then when the scales are weighed, and then you find that stuff won't help you in the day of trouble. When you get down, your health is down, where somebody got to look after you, all that stuff ain't going to help you. Because these corporations, what they're going to do is, well, this as far as it's going, oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Oh. And that's far as that's going. As far as they go, you might get some benefits, you might.
You can be replaced.
You can be replaced, and that's how they look at this stuff. Yes, so all them years that you put in front of the Lord, all the years that you done, man, I got a career, man, I ain't got time for that. See, all that stuff that you put in front of the Lord, now won't help. He said, in the day of calamity, then you're going to try to call upon God and try to get a quick prayer. Don't happen that way. Don't happen that way, see. That's why I say the enemy has things twisted around in this world to where, oh man, you ain't got time for that, man. You got, see, and people are caught up in that stuff until the judgment hits or the scales balance on them, and then nobody's there to help you. You know, look at the movie stars. People are taking their lives, you know, and then a lot of their lives are destroyed outside of the movie scene.
That's right.
Yeah, they look glamorous when they're the star in the movie, but their lives are tore up.
That's right.
See, they don't show that part. See, they only show, oh man, he just made a blockbuster movie, you know, and done so many billions of dollars off the first weekend. That's all they worried about, but not worried their lives are tore up. You know what I'm saying? But that gets put on the hush hush.
Until it did. Yes,
See?
sir.
You know, people, I've seen a lot of movie stars that left the world. A guy named, I can't think of his name right offhand. Heath Miller. Not Heath Miller. This guy, I think his first name is Heath. I think he played in a couple of movies over the years, but he's gone. He had a guy, what's his name? Philip Seymour Hoffman. One of the guys, a lot of guys that was in the movies, these guys are gone. You know, dead. See, took their lives. Robin Williams. People like these, say a lot of times you may have, you're good, you look good in the spotlight and all that, but your lives are tore up. People have spirits on them and stuff they can't shake. See, there ain't nothing glamorous about that, but you know what? The devil just has it, just keep on going, you gotta keep on going, you gotta keep on going.
That's it. That's it.
See? Oh, don't worry about that, we gotta keep on going. See, this people have just destruction. He said broad is the way that lead to destruction.
That's right.
See, the Lord is right, whether we realize it up front or not, or whether we got to go through all this stuff to find out that God is right. You know, Solomon had the same thing, all the stuff he experienced, all the stuff he, as a king, things he had acquired over there, and he said, at the end of that, his conclusion was, it's all vanity. That's what his conclusion was. He said, you know what, the most important thing, after going through all that, sometimes we got to go through some stuff to get some realization that, you know what, God is right.
That's it. That's it.
God is right. I mean, why go through all these heartaches, putting all this stuff on yourself, burdens on yourself, only to find out that God was right from the start. Yes, well, we don't believe nothing. We don't believe nothing. But Solomon said at the end, he said, you know what, most important thing, after going through all that, he had so many wives, concubines, he had peculiar treasure of kings. He talked about all that stuff in Ecclesiastes. All the stuff he acquired. He experienced this, experienced that. And sometimes he just experienced it just for the sake of experiencing.
Goodness.
Just to say, I done that.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, his response was, you know what? The most important thing is to fear God and to keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of man. If you don't get nothing else done, what else matters?
Thank you.
Nothing else matters.
Definitely.
You know, but we don't look at it. We just think it's something out there for me. You know, yeah, that's why I say, you know, you get tempted, you got these aspirations or whatever. Man, I just felt like I could have been this, I could have been that, I could have been, you know, all this stuff you got to wrestle with. That's why James is telling us that be afflicted and mourn.
That's it.
See, because look, a lot of stuff you got to turn off for the kingdom of heaven's sake. That's why he said, a lot of stuff, man, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing that, but it's going to come to an end. It's nothing eternal. He said everything here is temporal.
That's it.
You know, we think people get locked in like, oh man, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then got dug like the back in the Vietnam days, they got the foxholes, they done got dug in. I ain't going nowhere. Yes, you is.
Hey.
Look, one of them grenades come in, boom, blow the whole thing up. You gone.
That's it.
See, but people get dug in, oh man, I got a nice house on Sunset Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know, I got my name on the streets. Look, they done put the name in the stars and got the name on it, whatever sidewalk it is in Beverly Hills. Got your name in lights, a star right down on the cement. But it ain't gonna mean a hill of beans, and you gone.
That's it.
No, your album done went platinum, gold, and everything else, but you going, everybody else listening to something that you did that you ain't even here to even talk about anymore.
Thank you.
See, it's all vanity and vexation of soul and spirit. So, okay, you hadn't done all this, but you ain't even live around and even enjoy it.
Wow.
It's like, man, that's cruel. See? So, I mean, why get caught up in all this stuff only to find it's going to come to an end? It's going to come to an end. You know? All this stuff you acquired, look, somebody else going to get it, they sitting there fighting over it.
That's it.
That's mine, he left that for me. Wow.
That's bad. That's bad.
He said, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Solomon said, I don't think nobody experienced more than Solomon did. All that stuff he experienced, and his end result, God let him repent from all the stuff and he sometimes people just do stuff for the sake of, just say we done it. How crazy, yeah, let's experience. The people that do drugs and stuff, let's do this, just say we done it.
Just to see.
Just because. Wow. Whew.
Help us, Lord.
See, so we're saying, we're telling them, this is 2018. You know what? Last year's gone, can't do anything, can't go back into that and undo anything or do something that we didn't get done, whatever, or undo something that we did. Got to keep going, but we got to get, be sober. You know what I'm saying? This stuff, the way things is happening, you see the stuff is brewing up. The nations are this stuff is getting in place. People don't want to hear this stuff. Man, I ain't trying to hear all that. But these are realities that you're going to have to be faced with. Whether you want to put it off, but you know what? It's going to keep coming up.
That's it.
The more you put it off, it's going to keep coming back up to, hey,
That's it.
your soul is more, it's all about getting yourself with the Lord, getting the Lord's business. But we're going to leave this world. Whether we want to leave it or not. I've seen people kicking and screaming, it's not going to keep you here.
No, sir.
Not going to keep you here. You be gone. This right here and this right here take time just like anything else. We got to take time. We work on our soul. We got to get anything. We got to find out what the truth is.
That's it.
First. So he says here in I think it's Peter, I think it's 2 Peter, first chapter. All right, so he said here, what he says, 2 Peter, the first chapter, verse 10.
Wherefore the rather, brethren, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
All right, see, the apostle's telling us, see, and it takes time to make something sure, just like you had a business you started, or say if you was building a boat, some kind of yacht, or some kind of ship, just like the Titanic, for instance. You know how many checks and systems, drills, this and that, to make sure that the boat is not going to sink, even though it sank, but for a reason, but they had the surety up front after going through various tests, and this and that, and checking this out, this system, that system, to make sure that this thing could make it. See, well, that's what the apostles telling us. You know how much stuff we got to be checking this. See if we're getting this straight to make our calling and election sure, make sure that we're going to make it.
That's it. See,
and that's not running some, like we've been people that have been prior military, running the system drills. These drills are going to take approximately 2 hours. They go through these drills and everything, so it's supposed to be military readiness. That's what they call it, readiness. See, but it's the same thing when it comes down to our souls. There's a lot of stuff we got to do. Make your calling and election sure. It's not something you just did a checklist. You got a checklist, okay? Check it down, that's how they do it. See, what he's saying, we got, it's stuff daily, we got to be being aware of what's going on. We got, stuff we're decisions we make, or, you know, what direction we're going in. See, he telling us, we gotta make sure that we're gonna make it.
Every day.
Every day. See, make your calling and election sure. Making it sure. Just like a boat. It's okay, I got this going, this is designed to withstand this, you know, stuff we got to go through.
That's right.
You know, it's so much to it. So that's why I say it's not a thing where you're just gonna do a quick fix and just thinking, you know, I'm good, I'm going on to do what I've been doing, I'm good to go. No, it's just not the way. It's just, you know, a lot of things, stuff gets in the way. You know, we get sidetracked, whatever. You know, sometimes we lose our fervency. We're going through stuff and things that feel like they're taking a toll on us. You know, and the Lord said, you do repent and do the first works. You know, so there's so much stuff to make your calling and election sure. So we got to have that same diligence. You know, the same diligence to go through. We don't know what we got to face. You know, with God being strength, we can get through. But we don't know how the test is coming, whatever. I don't know. So he's telling us, if we do those things, we should never fall.
That's it.
So he's telling that goes in hand in hand what about up in the previous verses where he says, see, he's telling us beside this, you know, first of all, he goes up to the verse 3 and 4, I think we had talked about that a couple of meetings back. He says that